It is the week of the NLL Draft 2020 edition, and we are joined by Buffalo Bandit first-rounders who are on the squad now, including the most recent 4 selected by Buffalo, and of course, the old man himself, Dhane Smith. Years and years, and Dhane, 2012. I cannot believe it has been that long since you went 5th overall.
No, thanks for rubbing that in. It seems like it was yesterday, but means I'm getting old, but I remember it to this day. So it's pretty exciting to see these young guys come in and be studs.
Well, you went 5th. Mark Matthews went 1st. He's a little bit older, if that helps you. And the statistical comparisons we'll draw on a little bit. But most recently, you think of right in the middle of our screen, Brent Noseworthy. Brent, what was it like for you when last year going into the draft? I mean, you had this standout career at Michigan, but what is it like when you're this close to the draft?
Yeah, a lot of uncertainty going into it. Not really sure where things were going to shape up, but hearing my name called and for Buffalo was a great feeling. A team that's so close to home. Growing up, going to the games. Being able to see some of that atmosphere from a seat in the stands. It was pretty exciting knowing you'd be able to play on the floor.
And prior to you going 12th overall in 2019, the Bandits had top picks in the form of Matt Gilray and MacKay at 3rd and 4th overall. They actually also have the 2nd overall pick now from that draft in Chris Kluge, but didn't do the honors of selecting him. So we've left Kluge out of this exchange today. But the fact of the matter is it turned out to be a pretty darn good draft, I would say, for the Bandits. Matt, Ian, what were you guys, thinking as far as your likely destination going into it, and did you expect to get drafted kind of in the order that you did?
I mean, yeah, we were kind of both talking, and it turned out the right way. No, me and Ian were close going into it, and we were sitting beside each other at the draft, and we kind of knew that we were going to Buffalo. We're just both kind of hoping to get that 3 spot. And sorry, Ian.
Looking back, now that I didn't go 3rd, I still think that we should have went for each other. I should have went for you, and you should have went for me.
Yeah, that actually would have been funny. We were talking about that.
Yeah, that's a good way to confuse everybody involved in the process. The only non-Ontarian here in this group of Buffalo Bandit first-rounders is Josh Byrne. Josh, you do stand out from this group, I must say, and it's obvious. I mean, first overall, nobody else on the call can.
You were talking about his haircut. I thought you were
talking
about that haircut.
I was leaving that to you, Dhane. But did you know for sure, or when did you have the utmost confidence that you were going to go first overall?
Yeah, actually, I knew probably a week before when Buffalo said that they were going to fly me out for the draft, and then. Unfortunately for me, I had to actually room with Dhane here for the draft, so it was a tough start. But at the end of the day, it was definitely a big dream come true for me. But I mean, as long as I was better than 3, I think I was just happy. Hey, Gilly.
It was a top 3. It's fine.
What you poke fun at Dhane right from the start, but how did that relationship establish itself so quickly to the point that you're pretty much still together today in many ways? Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. It was funny as you were talking there. All I could see was Dhane starting to grin. So it was tough because I didn't really know him at first, and they're like, "Oh, you're gonna come and stay with this guy Dhane." I was like, "Dhane who? I've never heard of this guy."
Oh, here we go.
but no, we've obviously become very good friends, and it seems like we just can't get rid of each other no matter where we go. So it's definitely a cool thing to have somebody like that alongside you as you go through your career. So hoping for a couple more years here. Hopefully I don't get the old trade boot.
Does anybody on the call believe that Dhane should have gone higher than 5th in his draft year?
Nah.
I do.
All right, Danner, who would you jump ahead of? Brock Sorensen?
Yeah, I'd like to say I'd go 2nd overall. Mark obviously is a great player. But it was a tough position to be in. I went in when I was I think 19 or 20 years old, so I was a little bit younger, and nobody kind of knew who I was at that time. So Buffalo took a chance on me, and I'm grateful for it.
Yeah, Matthews is averaging 5.7 points per game in his career. You're at 5.5, but you are the NLL record holder for most points in a season. So you just have to catch up on the titles.
Yeah, I keep pumping my tires. But yes, that's definitely more important at this point. Records are cool, but at the end of the day, you want to bring a championship, especially to this great city of Buffalo. So that's my next step. And it's been 9 years, I believe, in this league, and nothing to really show for it besides obviously those records, but that means nothing again. So hoping. What's that?
You're an old man.
I am an old man. So I tell these guys I'm an old man all the time, but then they're like, "Oh, you're only 2 years older than me." So it's just been fortunate enough to be playing in this league for so long, and I'm kind of getting watered down. These guys are a little bit more athletic than me and stuff like that, but I try to keep in shape and do the best I can.
Are the back and front flips off the diving board keeping you in shape now that you're a homeowner?
Definitely. And I if you watch the videos before, I couldn't even do one at the beginning. And then one day I started practicing, and I told them earlier that I think I'm the best in the house now. I get pretty good height, and I still need to work on my tucks, but I'm there. So
I'd love to see Klutch do a couple backflips.
He's athletic. He is very athletic, man.
What?
You'd be surprised.
Hey, Josh, you might want to repeat that one. You're a little bit frozen.
Yeah, your Wi-Fi is really good out there. Pay for it.
No Wi-Fi here, but straight off the cellular device.
That first overall money, huh?
Yeah. Contract. You got to renew that contract. Talk to Chugger here.
Yeah. Scott, what's up, bud? What's going on?
Josh, given that you were, based in the West, what did it truly mean to be drafted by Buffalo? Because I think it's natural to assume that, the rest of the guys on the call here, whether it's Toronto or Buffalo, just geographically, there's a pull. But what was it like for you?
Yeah, for me, it was definitely big because growing up as a kid, we had a lot of games on TSN, and I get to watch The Rock a lot, The Rush a lot as well, and to kind of watch JT and Steinhaus and all these guys come through Buffalo and just absolutely light it up. It was really cool to be able to hear my name and to kind of see what happens and what impact that I can make on Buffalo. So yeah, it was definitely a dream come true.
What about the rest of you? Anything particular for you personally as far as why Buffalo was a really, really great landing place?
For myself, obviously growing up, Buffalo was my number one team because Billy D. Smith was my cousin. So having him kind of grow up watching him and stuff like that, it was pretty cool to kind of play with him. And I remember my first year junior, which would have been my 16, when I was 16, Billy invited me to my first Bandits game, and I came watch. It was pretty cool. He took me in the locker room. I met Johnny T and all those guys. And 3 or 4 years later, I was drafted there. So it meant a lot.
Yeah, for me, it was kind of a similar story. My uncle played in the NLL, and he played for the West Coast teams, San Jose and Colorado. And it was either Buffalo or Toronto for me to be able to watch him. And just like Dane, when I came to the Buffalo games, he would bring me underneath after the games down to the locker room to meet the guys and everything. And I can still picture the security entrance going in and meeting them there and walking towards the dressing rooms and stuff. And it's pretty cool to be able to make that walk myself. I don't know.
Yeah, for me, it was just like the historical factor of the team is Buffalo's been such a powerhouse in the league for so long. And then being able to get selected there, and you're always a contender when you're in Buffalo. So having a chance at going for a run definitely meant a lot.
Brent?
Yeah, I think. Sorry, give me a sec here.
All right, we'll put Brent on pause. He might
Businessman.
He's the hardest working out of the entire group, right?
Hey, you got to give me a second too. I got some business.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Hey, what from a scouting report standpoint, what would you say they were saying about you, Dane, going into your draft year?
Whoa.
I don't know. I just remember being young, and again, it was luckily Chugger's from Kitchener, Ontario, so he kind of knew me a little bit better than Darius, who was the head coach at the time, and obviously Tavares and stuff like that. But it was just them taking a chance on a young kid and developing me. I remember being the youngest by far. We had a veteran team at the time. I was kind of behind a lot of great righties and great offensive players, but they're all towards the end of the career. So I remember my first 2 years or 2 or 3 years I was playing transition. So pretty much I came in the league being an offensive player, but then kind of having to take a role back to the transition role and had to earn my stripes a little bit. And here I am now.
Ian, what were they saying about you?
I think, well, for me, I had a good connection with JT and Chugger from the summer before playing in Six Nations. So I kind of had a little bit of experience playing with them and got some comfortability there. But I think on me, I think the standpoint of my game, everyone's going to start laughing here, but is my transition and how I get up the floor pretty quick, whether I sneak out a little early or not sometimes. But playing field and offense and having a bit of an offensive mind growing up and then switching to defense in junior and, trying to be a top transition player and push the ball and create those breakaways and main opportunities is something that I've always prided my game on, and I think I've been able to bring to the level so far.
You forgot to mention your core strength. Nobody really knows about it, but it's really strong.
Strongest legs in the league.
Yeah.
Maddie, what was your strength?
I think coming into it, the coaches might have thought I had a little bit more transition than I've been showing, but we'll get there. No, I don't know. I think I was pretty lucky. I got to play for Peterborough for 2 years before that. We had 2 main cup runs, so just being able to play with some veteran players and being in the lineup, I think probably helped me out a little bit.
Josh, what allows you to go number 1?
Draft.
Yeah. I think they were definitely saying that this guy should. What? What are you saying, Nick? Well, okay, I'll keep going. I think what they were thinking was this guy's just a great team guy. He hustles hard. He's a grinder. He goes after every loose ball. He's a vacuum.
I don't think anybody's ever said those things.
Are you sure you're
I
talking
think
about
that's
the
exactly
right
what they were thinking. That's what I personally was thinking going into the draft. I was like, man, these guys just want somebody who's great in the locker room. I think that's what it was.
I think they just put it on auto draft and just see came up first.
Well, what advice? What advice would you give to this year's 2020 class as they get, selected and ultimately enter the professional game?
Just be yourself. Okay, go ahead. Your first overall. Your first overall. Go ahead. Your first overall.
Yeah. Listen. I have the best advice that you could possibly do. Listen, when you get drafted, okay, and you step on that stage that gives you a hat, fix the hat, please. Just fix it. You don't want to look like me on stage with the world's biggest hat in your head. All right, that's the biggest thing I can say.
We're during a pandemic, and they won't be.
They're not
going on stage.
They're gonna put a hat on. They're gonna put on that. I guarantee they'll put a hat on.
Okay.
Guaranteed. Even if they're at home.
All right.
So figure it out.
Just throwing on a random hat.
I would just say, be yourself. Obviously, coming in, everybody drafts somebody for a reason, and you don't want to step outside the box, try to change your game and stuff like that. Again, it's hard coming in as a rookie. So, again, they picked you for a reason, and just stick with it.
Matt?
Yeah, I'd say the same. Just when enjoy draft night, and then when you get into camp, just be confident. You put for the kids who've been playing lacrosse their whole lives, they get drafted. They know what they're doing. They know how to play the game. So just go in, be confident, and play your game.
Ian?
Yeah, I would say I mean, it's tough because it's a virtual draft, but enjoy the experience and have as much fun with it as you can and just be as open-minded as you can, not only draft night, but when you get to whatever team drafts you and get to camp. Don't be afraid to obviously stick to what you know and what got you to where you are, but don't be afraid to try new things. And I'm sure you'll be asked to do new things. So just to be open-minded.
Dane, as a homeowner, will there be room for a Bandits first round selection in your home if necessary?
Yeah, I believe so. We might have to kick out Mickey, but depending on if he goes,
Yeah.
I guess if we yeah, see you later. He hasn't paid rent yet, so whoever that first round pick is for us, we might bring him in instead of MacKay.
Very good. Signing bonuses are key, as we learned earlier with Josh's cell phone plan. Guys, thanks for the draft recap, and look forward for the 2020 outing. We'll see you soon.
You know,
Nice. Yeah, good job, Nosy.